Hello everyone. We need something, a blanket or something that we can roll into a semi-thin roll. We might use it if we have time for it in the end. So it's good to have it prepared and just have it lying next to your mat. And today's session I have been looking forward to it. I was sitting with this yesterday because Abi was sharing with me that he has challenges with the down dog, facing dog. So I thought I'd make a session where each one of us finds their own personal down dog with your body, with your anatomy, and with the best guidance I can give. So I think we just get started, and today we start actually standing up. And we simply swing our arms from side to side. And with every swing, we can bend our knees. And just let your hands be loose. And maybe tune into your breath and just observe how it is right now in this moment with this movement. All right, come back to stillness. And then we raise our hands to the sky, inhale. And then as we exhale, we release down. And we bend our knees. And then we move up again. Inhale, bend a little bit, and exhale. Swing up, inhale, exhale, swing down. Do this in your own pace. And you are welcome to add a ha on your exhale to really release. One last time. And come back to center, hands towards the sky. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, hands by your side. Close your eyes, take a moment, and feel your feet connected with your yoga mat. And let's take a moment here where you press down the root of your big toe and just observe what that does to your balance. Then press down through the pinky edge of your foot and notice what this changes in your balance. Now press down through the heel and observe how this changes your engagement in your legs as well. And release. Just stand here for a moment with yourself. And when you're ready, inhale, hands towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands on your shins or on the floor. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Place both your feet back into a plank. Release your knees into a tabletop position. And from here, we go into a puppy pose in different variations. So we move our hands towards the front. The hips are above our knees. And from here, we press down the pinky edge of our hands and the root of our index finger. And feel how you, through this, engage your shoulders. And then move yourself down, but keep this engagement in your hands, pressing down the root of your index finger and the pinky edge of your hands. And Slowly release down into a puppy pose, arch your back, but keep pressing down through your palms. You can release your chin or your forehead into the floor. Slow breaths into your belly. Now I want you on your next inhale, round your back so your tailbone moves down under you, and you press through the palms of your hands and you look in towards your feet and really round your back, widen your shoulders. Take a few breaths here, slow and calm. And then keep this roundness or this wide sensation, this widening in your shoulders, but start to arch your back by tilting your tailbone towards the sky. So the upper body is in a rounded position and the lower back starts gently to arch. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Keep pressing down through the root of your index finger and the pinky edge of your hands. And now release your heart towards the mat, chin or forehead into the floor. And stay here in a full puppy pose. Slow and calm breathing all the way into your belly. And on your next inhale, come back to tabletop position. Shoulders above your wrists, hip above your knees. And from here we tuck our toes and we hover our knees slightly above the mat, just a few centimeters, not much. And find your balance on the left foot. Release the right foot and place the knees toward your nose. And then back, the heel back towards the ceiling. So you make a movement where you round and you open up and arch. And you take your exhale every time you round and inhale as you open up. Do this in your own pace. Round as you exhale, open up as you inhale. And release the right foot into the mat next to the other foot. Keep your knees hovered and we shift the weight onto our right and we lift the left foot and you round as you exhale and inhale, open up, foot moves towards the ceiling. Round, exhale, inhale, open up, look forward. Round, exhale, inhale, open up, heart forward, in your own pace. And your knee is as low as possible. And place both feet into the ground, knees back into the mat. Release into a child pose, rest your head. You're welcome to have your knees apart or together, that's up to you. What do you prefer today? And really send your breath into the lower back, using your breath to massage yourself from the inside, expanding your muscles. And with every exhale, you sink deeper into child pose. And on your next inhale, come back to tabletop position. And now you place your left foot next to your right knee. You tuck your toes of your back foot, the right foot, and then you lift into a variation of down dog where you rest your belly on the thigh of your left leg. And from here you can really stretch your calf of the right foot. Feel free to move a little bit back and forth, but you can also stay in a stretch of your calf in stillness if you like. Again, feel into your body what you need today. And let's switch sides. So put the right foot next to the left foot. Left foot goes back into down dog. Rest your belly on your right thigh. And move your hips back until you feel a stretch on your left calf. Again, press through the root of your index finger and the pinky edge of your hands. This helps to engage your shoulders. And let's come back to tabletop position. Knees into the floor. Feet are tucked. And from here you place your right foot in between your hands into a low lunge. And we move our hips back. Our front foot is flexed, so toes are pointing towards us. The heel is pressed away from you. Your right hip is moved back. So you have a feeling of pressing through your heel to the front and pressing or pulling towards the back with your hip. So you're kind of stretching your leg to both ends. Your hands are on the mat, either side of your leg, toes towards yourself, and really press through the heel, pull away with your hip, and toes towards yourself. Keep a straight back. So open up your heart towards the front. Widen across your collarbones. And now point your toes towards the mat as far as it's comfortable for you. And then again towards yourself. Do this movement a couple of times. Toes to mat, toes towards yourself. Now plant the front foot into the mat, come into a low lunge. Place your hands on top of the front knee. Lift your upper body so you feel a gentle stretch on your hip flexor. Sink deeper. Tailbone moves down to protect your lower back. Navel goes slightly towards your spine. And come back into tabletop position. Let's switch the legs. Left leg goes to the front. And extend your front leg. Toes towards yourself. Heel pushes away from you. Hip pulls to the back. This counter pull, this counter action makes your leg stretched even more. Keep your spine lengthened and in alignment. And really, really try to pull your toes towards yourself. Slow and calm breathing down into your left hip. Check in with your hip. Do you need to align it by pulling it back? Check in with your heel, pull it to the front. Check in with your toes, pull them towards yourself. Slow and calm breathing down into your left hip. And now start to point your toes towards the mat and back towards yourself. To the mat and back towards yourself. Yes. All right. Let's come back into tabletop position. Sit here on your heels. If you want to have an extra stretch for your toes, for the back of your feet, you can sit on top of your heels, so your feet are lifted and the toes are grounded into your mat. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Abi. So yeah, let's go back into left foot to the front, and then bend your front foot, hands onto the knee, and then come into a low lunge with a nice stretch on your right hip. Tailbone moves downwards to protect your lower back. Straighten up your upper body and release your hips. Sink your hips deeper with this alignment. Navel towards the spine. Yeah. Now let's move back into tabletop position. Slowly tuck your toes. Sit back onto your heels. You can stay here as long as you like. If it's too much, you can get out of this position and simply sit down in a comfortable position, because the next thing what's happening is that I'm going to show you the down dog, and I will explain some key elements of the down dog, and then afterwards I will guide you into it. So I want you to first see, and then I guide you. So yeah, you're welcome to either sit on your heels or in a comfortable position. All right, so the down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, is a very common pose, as we all know, and we use it in many flows. Almost in every yoga class, we will encounter the down dog. And there are some misconceptions about yoga in general, that you have to be flexible and all that stuff. And yoga is not about performance. Yoga is about being in the present moment, being with what is, acknowledging your body, your mind, everything, basically. And the asanas, the physical practice, is just a tiny bit of yoga. So we will find your Adho Mukha Svanasana today with your anatomy, so that you can really find a comfortable, nice down dog. So first thing is, our hands are widespread, the fingers are widespread, and the index fingers are pointing directly to the front. And here I press through the pinky edge of my hands, the root of my index fingers, and when I lift my tailbone up to the sky, see, I'm having my knees bent. It's morning right now, so obviously the body might not be awake yet, so it's really good to be gentle with the first down dog. So I prefer, and I suggest that for everyone, to start with bent knees, so that your belly can rest on the thighs. And from here we pull the heels towards the mat, but see, I'm not reaching the mat, I'm still in contact with my belly, with my thighs. And here, let's go back to the hands. The pinky edge is pulled down, the index finger is pulled down. And then I move my armpits, I round them, I rotate them so they try to look to each other. Biceps are kind of facing forward. This widens your shoulders and gives you stability. And then from here, when you found the stability in your shoulders, then you can see whether you should extend your legs. I prefer still to have a little bit bend, because when I do this, maybe you can see this, I feel that my arch is being rounded. And what we really want in down dog is to have a long spine, long, nice spine. And the tailbone goes to the sky. Yes, so let's figure that out with each one of you. We do it together. And so I would invite you to come into a tabletop position. And check in with your finger alignments. So spread your fingers wide and place the index finger or the hands in that way that your index finger is pointing forward. They are parallel to each other. It looks really good. Yes, and from here, we press down through the pinky edge of our hands, so the root of your pinky finger, and just feel what it does with your shoulders. And then press down through the index finger, through the root of your index finger. And keep this pressure, or this pushing, from these 2 points as you slowly lift up your tailbone towards the sky. And keep your knees bent and lift your hips as far until your belly reaches your thighs, so that you can rest your belly on your thighs. I really recommend that for now, even though you might be super flexible and can go in easily in a full down dog. Let's rest our belly on the thigh. So you might need to really bend your knees a lot. Yeah, that looks good. And now we check back into with our hands. Press down through the root of your index finger. Press down through the root of your pinky finger. And observe what that does with your shoulders. Now imagine your armpits. They want to smile to each other. They want to face each other. Yes, great. I can see how your shoulders are widening. And now you can slowly observe or experiment how it would be if you reach with your tailbone even higher towards the sky, and from here gently stretch your legs. Doesn't need to be full stretch. Can be just a little bit, or you stay with a full bend, keeping your belly in contact with your thighs. And here you want your navel towards your spine and a little bit up. And also imagine your pelvic floor, the muscles of your pelvic floor, having a gentle, soft pull towards your navel. So that's where you also gather your strength and stability, by softly pulling your pelvic floor towards the navel. Navel softly goes towards the spine and up, and this creates the stability around your core, gives you stability in your lower back. And whenever you need, because we are going to be here for a while, we are already here for a while, so whenever you need a break from your down dog, please feel free to go into child pose or tabletop position or whatever you need, and then come back into your down dog and check in with these key points: the index finger, the edge, the pinky edge of your hands, the armpits showing towards each other, tailbone moving towards the sky, and the pelvic floor softly pull towards your navel, navel towards the spine and up, and really creating the length in your spine. Yeah. And there's really nothing wrong with having a bend in your knee. This is your down dog, and you don't need to perform anything that your body is not ready for. Really good. And remember to spread your fingers wide. I can see that a few fingers want to come back together, but we want them far apart. And the index fingers is pointing directly to the front, and they are parallel to each other. Your wrist might, so your fingers are just slightly pointing inwards, so check in with your index fingers. I'm over-exaggerating, but like this, but you want them like this. Yeah, yes. Great. Mm. If you have any questions, I can come around and help you, support you.
I'm wondering what the good length for where to put my feet.
Yes. How far away from your hands?
It should be.
Personally, I like, in what you show me, personally, I would like them to have a little bit more towards my hands. Because when I'm away, it's almost kind of being in a plank, and then you need, then you engage your muscles in a different way. You need another stability, but having them closer, even if you're, like, you can bend your knees, and then you have this V shape of your body. Yeah, that looks good. Mm-hmm.
I've always wondered where they should be.
Yeah, I think also it's maybe preference, so you can test where you feel most aligned and most chill in a way in your down dog. Yeah. Yeah. Also check in with your feet if they are parallel to each other. I haven't checked that for any of you, but I think it looks good. But just have a look at your feet. And your big toes should be more closer to each other than your heels. Then you know that your feet are parallel. Yes. Yeah. And try to bend your knees all the way until your belly reaches your thigh. Maybe you have to go a little bit closer with your feet. Mm-hmm. Yes. And then when you can rest your belly on your thighs, you press down through the index finger, the edge, and your armpits want to move to, yeah. And then tailbone towards the sky. Yeah, keep your bent knees bent, tailbone to sky. Yeah. How does it feel? Mm-hmm. And take a break. Mm-hmm. I can see that your heels, they want to go towards each other. So maybe be mindful that your feet are still, the width was okay, just that the heels, they wanted to be closer. So be mindful that that your feet are parallel to each other. Great job. Yeah, okay. Let's all come into a child pose. Take a break. Release your upper body towards the mat. Knees apart so that your belly can have space. Forehead into the floor. And simply rest here for a while. deep and slow breath into the lower back. And with every exhale, melt down into the mat. Just check in with your body, how it feels with this more intense exercise with the down dog. We are usually not that long in a down dog, obviously. So feel into your body, whatever sensations you have. And do this from an observer point. Okay, and once you're ready, slowly come back into tabletop position, tuck your toes, and move your hips into downward facing dog, and check in, how was it for you before? So make your own alignment from what you just discovered with your own down dog. And then from here, lift your left foot up to the ceiling, three-legged dog, keep your hips parallel to the floor. Inhale as you move forward. And place your foot in between your hands. Ground your back heel in a 90-degree angle and rotate your upper body into Warrior Two. Inhale here, lengthen through the spine, press down through both your feet. Gaze to the front. And then twist your front palm to the sky, move forward and then back into Humble Warrior. Stay here for a moment and inhale to the side of your rib cage. And then on your next exhale, lean forward, elbow to knee, right hand towards the sky. And either you stay here, or if you feel like it, if your body is ready for it today, then slide down with your shoulder to knee and grab your hands behind your back in a bind. So left hand goes below your hand, your front leg, and the right hand goes behind your back, reaching for the other hand. Open up your chest, widen across your collarbone. Yeah. And slowly release the bind. Place both your hands into the floor. Tiptoe your front foot to the edge and be here a little bit back and forth. You are now on your toes with your back here, with your back foot. And then from here, press down through both your palms and glue your front knee towards your left shoulder. Release the foot from the mat and then slowly move back into a three-legged dog with the knee glued to your shoulders as long as possible. Three-legged dog. Bend your lifted knee, toes towards your bum, knee moves toward the sky. Open up your hips. Yeah, beautiful. Slow inhale. And then come back into three-legged dog. Place your foot next to the other. Come into your down dog. Bend your knees if needed. Push down through the root of your index finger, through the pinky edge of your hands. Armpits smile towards each other. Navel towards the spine. Gentle, soft pull from the pelvic floor. Inhale here and slowly exhale. Come to the front plank. Inhale. Exhale, release your knees into the floor. Come into Cobra. Inhale, open up across the collarbone. And exhale, come back into your downward facing dog. Lift the right knee, the right foot to the sky, three-legged dog. And then place your right foot in between your hands. Ground your left heel into the floor. Swing your arms into a warrior 2. Beautiful.
Is it the same leg as we did, or also just doing the wrong one?
If you did the other leg, then just do the opposite leg. Yes. All right. What did we do from here? Yeah. So we switch the front palm towards the sky, reach forward, and then into humble warrior, hand towards the ceiling. Look up and breathe into your right rib cage. Press through both your feet to create stability. And then release your elbow onto the front knee. The left hand goes towards the sky. Stay here if you like, or come with me down, shoulder to knee, and find your bind behind your back. Yes, beautiful. And here it's really important to open across your collarbone, open heart, lengthen through the spine so there's someone who pulls you through the crown of your head and your tailbone is pulled to the other direction. Slow and calm breaths. And slowly release your hands to the front of your mat. Tiptoe your foot to the edge of your mat. Come on top of your toes with the back foot. Stay here and move back and forth a little bit. Take this as a break, an active break, before we now move on to the next. So press down through both your palms, lifting your shoulders up. Glue your front knee to your outer shoulder, and then lift your foot, and then move your hips back, move your leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Bend your lifted knee, toes to butt, open up your hips, knee goes towards the ceiling. Yeah. And release your foot next to your other foot. Look forward. Come into plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower down, either with knees to the mat or in one go. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale, lift into cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, move back into downward facing dog. Stay here for 1 or 2 breaths. And then release your knees down into the mat. Go into child pose. Rest your head onto the mat. And take a break. Slowly come up to seating. Grab your roll that you have prepared in the beginning, and we will place it, we will be lying on our back on top of the roll. The roll is exactly behind your heart so that your arms easily can fall onto the mat on the upper side of the roll. So come into a lying position. Start maybe with your feet grounded, and then lower yourself down onto the roll. And we actually stay just a little moment here because this is just a transitioning into another pose. Lay your legs flat onto the floor. Hands are in a T shape away from your body. So this is a great chest opener. And now place your right foot on top of your left knee. And place it, just ground your right foot on the floor and then move your hips slightly to the right side. And now you can place the right foot on top of the left knee and roll over into a twist. So the roll is now kind of on one side of your back, depending on your flexibility, but observe where you are and just let your body be released into the ground. Your gaze can be up to the ceiling or to your right hand. And slowly come back to center. Switch legs, so move your hips slightly to the left. Extend your right foot, right leg, and place the left foot close to your right knee, and then twist towards the right side. Deep and slow inhales down to your belly. And with every exhale, relax even more into your mat, onto your roll. Slowly come back to center. Extend both your legs and stay here for a moment. Slowly roll into a fetus position and gently push yourself up into a seating position. And depending on your role, but I can see that most of us have big rolls. Now we want them to be slightly smaller. It depends on, we are now lying on our back, on our side, and the size of our roll depends on how much space there is in between our hip bone and the lower ribs. And we want the roll to be in the soft part, not pressing down on the lower ribs, especially not pressing down on the lower ribs. So check in what maybe you need to adjust a little bit as you try. What we do is we are like in a, what is it called, the mermaid pose. And then we release down over the roll, and we rest our head in our hand. And I need a bigger roll.
You said just underneath the ribs?
Yeah, so in the soft part, in between the ribs and the hip bone, and it should not touch or press into your ribs at all. And you send your breath down into the side that is on top of your roll. And since we are here, we might as well lift the upper knee up to open our hips. And then down again with an exhale. Inhale, lift your knee up, open your hips. Exhale, lower down. And do this a couple of times in your own pace. Inhale, lift your knee up. And exhale, lower it slowly down. And let's switch sides. So slowly come up and simply come onto your other side. And with every inhale, you lift your upper knee, open up your hips, and exhale, lower down slowly. Okay. Slowly come up into seating position. For you who prefer to have a butterfly in your Shavasana with your legs, you can use the roll as a support, or you can be in a full Shavasana where you just have your legs straight, arms straight to your side. But if you want a butterfly, you can place your roll just close to your hips, and then your feet a little bit further away from you so it's comfortable, and then lower down. And I always adjust. I need a bigger roll for that. So I pull the roll towards my hips as I'm laying. You can either stay here or you can remove your roll and come into a full Shavasana. This butterfly pose, especially the supported one, is really great when you are when you have a menstrual cycle and you are in your menstrual phase or close to it. This is a really great pose to be in. So I invite you to close your eyes and simply relax down into your mat. Let your exhale melt you down further and further. And concentrate on slow, calm, deep breath in and slow, calm exhale. Whenever your thoughts start to rise, simply observe that they are there. You don't need to analyze them or judge them. Just come back to your breath. Move your focus from your breath to your inner vision. So you have your eyes closed, but you might still see some figures or some colors, shapes, forms, anything. And I invite you to take a moment to simply have a look from the inside, whatever you see behind your eyelids. Go on discovery. Maybe for you it's just a white empty space. And this is great too, there's no wrong or right. Or maybe you have lots of different colors, lots of different shapes, playing around behind your eyelids. Both are valid. This is just about observing. Now bring your focus to the sounds in this room. Maybe you hear sounds from your neighbor. You hear my voice. And move your focus to the sounds outside this room. Slowly start to wriggle your toes and your fingers. Feel free to stretch your hands above your head and go into a full stretch. Deep inhale in, maybe you have the urge to yawn, then yawn. And when you're ready, find your way onto your favorite side, left or right. Rest your head on top of your arm. Stay 1 or 2 breaths here before you slowly lift yourself up into seating position. I invite you to keep your eyes closed, to stay with you, with yourself. Let's end this yoga session with 3 ums. We will inhale together and we will start the first together, and then you continue the next 2 in your own pace. So let's take a collective exhale to prepare. Inhale. Palms together towards your heart. Thank you for this practice today. When you're ready, blink open your eyes, come back to the room. Feel free to have a look at every corner of this room, every person, just to come back into the present moment, into our bodies, into this moment. Thank you.
Thank you.